Hello guys, welcome back to literature classes. This is Abhilasha. Guys, today our topic of discussion is history of English literature. In the history of English literature, I have discussed Age of Chaucer, Old English period, Age of Revival, which were divided into two parts. So, in this video lecture, I am going to discuss history of English literature's fourth part, that is Age of Elizabeth. So, I'll discuss Elizabethan age, its important facts, historical background, religious background, and other significant facts which is related to Elizabethan age. And I'll make the another part of this video because it is not possible to cover up all the things of Elizabethan age in this video only. So without doing a further delay, let's get started. So guys, this Elizabethan age was one of the glorious period of English literature. It was named after the queen of England, that is Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth reigned from 1558 to 1603. So this Elizabethan period started from 1558 and ended in 1603. But it is said that the period of James I, that is known as Jacobean period, is also have some reflect of Elizabethan age, and the period from 1558 to 1625 whole period is known as the Age of Elizabeth, because no significant things or facts have happened in the Jacobean age. That's why, and this Age of Elizabeth was full of remarkable things. Like in this age, art and literature were flourished rapidly because Queen Elizabeth was herself the patron of, and she was a lover of art and literature. That's why art and literature flourished. She likes literature too much. So, and in this age, sonnets, lyrics, songs, dramas, plays were performed. Plays were flourished. That's why this age was full of literature. And this age have also introduced first comedy and first tragedy. And one of the most significant thing of Age of Elizabeth is Shakespeare. William Shakespeare was born, and he wrote many things. He wrote many things like sonnets, plays, poems. So this age is also known as the Age of Shakespeare. Shakespeare wrote lots of sonnets, like 154 sonnet he wrote. Long narrative poems he wrote. He wrote romances, comedies, tragedies, etc. So if we talk about the history of Elizabethan age, so Elizabethan age is named after the Tudor monarch of England. It was started from 1558. In this era, Queen Elizabeth ruled. So this age was known as the one of the most glorious and golden period of English history. Why? Because the sonnets, because the dramas, the plays, the theatre were started. So in this age there was a rise of nationalism in England. Means nationalism was awakened in England. The growth of cultural development, the Queen Elizabeth, who was a lover of art and literature. So this art and literature flourished rapidly. The court atmosphere was very good. The realm of navigation, like Walter Raleigh's excursion the establishment of Roanoke colony. So these were the important characteristics related to history of Elizabethan age. The most significant, or you can say what the most important thing of the age of Elizabeth was Spanish Armada. Spanish Armada was happened in 1558. It was a army of King of Spain. King of Spain, who was the King of Spain? King Philip II. King Philip II was the King of Spain, and he was defeated. His army was defeated by the army of Queen Elizabeth. Actually, King Philip II has sent a proposal, a marriage proposal to Queen Elizabeth. But Queen Elizabeth rejected that proposal, and she rejected, and after that, after the rejection, after this insult, King Philip II was angry and wanted to fight with the Elizabethan army. So he sent a fleet known as Spanish Armada. So he sent a fleet, and this fleet invaded in England. This fleet invaded in England, and this was the failed attempt of King Philip II. This was a failed attempt. Why? Because Elizabethan army defeated the army of King Philip II. So this was Spanish Armada. It was happened in 1588. And this Spanish Armada was the first and greatest achievement of Queen Elizabeth. After that, religious things were flourished. Like there were two acts which was passed in the Elizabethan age. First is the Act of Supremacy. Next is the Act of Uniformity. So in this Act of Supremacy, there was this Act of Supremacy helped to give the complete control of the Church of England. Complete control of the Church of England into the hands of Queen Elizabeth. Because of actually Queen Elizabeth was Protestant, and when she get the throne of England, that time there were too much religious conflicts. That's why she has passed two acts, the Act of Supremacy and the Act of Uniformity. In the Act of Supremacy, she get the complete control of the Church of England, which was not very much favored with the priest of church. And then next, the Act of Uniformity. What is the Act of Uniformity? This Act of Uniformity appeals to the church services which were happening in the church. This church services should be conducted according to the Book of Common Prayer. The Book of Common Prayer, which was published in 1552. So according to the Book of Common Prayer, all the things will be happen. So it was the amendment came in 1552. Next, there were two Protestants who were very much famous. They were Martin Luther and John Calvin. These two, Martin Luther and John Calvin, they were the Protestant, and they were the leaders of the Protestant doctrines and rituals of the Catholic Church. They have rejected the ecclesiastical constitution of the Catholic Church. After this, age of Elizabeth turned into the scientific things. Scientific works were came in this age. In this age, there were astronomers who were very famous. These were Tycho Brahe. Tycho Brahe was a Danish astronomer. He worked for the मॉडर्न एस्ट्रोनॉमी, ठीक है. एंड जोहान्स केपलर, नेक्स्ट इज जोहान्स केपलर. ही वॉज अ जर्मन एस्ट्रोनॉमर एंड he was the first to fully explain the motion of the planets of our solar system. He was the first to fully explain the motion of the planets of our solar system, and he was also the considered as the founder of celestial mechanics. Next is Galileo Galilei. This Galileo Galilei was the father of modern science, and he has contributed to the fields like physics, astronomy, cosmology, mathematics, philosophy, etc. And he was the first to use the telescope to study the heavens systematically. So these were the scientific works and related authors are there. Next are now literature. So in this age, I told you literature flourished rapidly. The dominant genre of this age was drama. The dominant genre of this age was drama. Why? Because William Shakespeare played an important role in the age of Elizabeth. So in this age, sonnets, lyrics, tragedies, comedies, tragicomedies, these were important genre of this Elizabethan age. I have uploaded a separate video related to sonnet, related to lyric. There was a first comedy which was known as the first blank verse comedy, was introduced in this age. Gorboduc was considered the first English tragedy which was introduced in the Elizabethan age, published in 1561 by Thomas Norton and Thomas Sackville. In this Gorboduc, there were 5 acts. The 3 acts was written by Thomas Norton and last 2 acts was written by Thomas Sackville. So, and the story of this play was derived from Geoffrey of Monmouth. Geoffrey of Monmouth's work was Historia Regum Britanniae, History of the Kings of Britain. This was the work of Geoffrey of Monmouth. So he has taken this, and the story was of 2 sons, and they were Ferrex and Porrex, and the issue which was or you can say theme was the succession. The first English comedy was Ralph Roister Doister, which was published by Nicholas Udall in 1551. There were 2 acts in this Ralph Roister Doister, and this play shows the influence of classical playwrights like Plautus and Terence. Next things, there were important sonnet which we should learn because they were usually asked in the paper. So these are, first is Astrophel and Stella. Astrophel and Stella was written by Sir Philip Sidney in 1591. There were 108 sonnets and 11 songs were there and was dedicated to Penelope Rich. Next is Delia. Delia was written by Samuel Daniel in 1592. There were 50 sonnets. Next is Idea's Mirror. Idea's Mirror was written by Michael Drayton in 1594. There were 64 sonnets and was dedicated to Phoebe. It was later it was known as Idea, and there were 73 sonnets. Next is Amoreti and Epithalamion. Amoreti and Epithalamion was written by Edmund Spenser in 1594. In this sonnet, there were 88 sonnets and was dedicated to Elizabeth Boyley. Next is Shakespeare sonnets. There were 154 sonnets. Shakespeare collection of sonnets was 154 and was published in 1609. Next, Pamphylia to Amphilanthus. Pamphilea to Amphilanthus was published in 1621 by Lady Mary Worth. Lady Mary Worth, and there were 154 sonnets. Sorry, there were 48 sonnets in the Pamphilea to Amphilanthus. Next is Calissa. Calissa was written by Fulgravile. And in 1633 there were 109 sonnets. How many sonnets were there? 109. And one more thing is that Shakespeare's sonnets were 154 and 126 sonnets were addressed to his friend W.H. and last were dedicated to Dark Lady. So guys, this was Age of Elizabeth. I hope you would like this video. That's it for today. I'll meet you very soon with a new video. Till then, keep studying and have fun with literature. Thank you.